That beginning, that splash scares everybody. I had to
That's
tell you
so
that
cool,
before we
man. I love it.
started. But yes, we're recording again. We're recording. I was gonna say live, but I am Sensei. This is Creative Corner. I do this every single Friday, and I have a guest with me every single Friday. Today's guest is a special one. Redders from the XBL Party Podcast. Met him through Party Podcast. XBL, all those guys over in the UK. Those guys are beautiful. They've expanded their show to have the American version of it. America. So they have that version of it and other shows in between. They do a lot of reviews as well.
Mm.
Redders is one of those guys that once he came on the panel, I was immediately drawn to him, seeing him on the panel because he brought a different perspective to the show. And that perspective I
It's fun
respect
to
very
do
much. He just came with like grittiness, and I loved it. And also, it made Ash uncomfortable. So I appreciated that part right there. So Ash, that's for you. But
that.
without further ado, I have Redders.
All
Redders, how you
right.
doing, man?
Man, I'm doing good. I just want to say I'm so honored that you'd have me on here. I love your content, and the fact that you've invited me on here is just it's super special for me. So thank you ever so much. This is awesome.
I
But yeah, I'm doing
appreciate you.
good. I'm doing good. Bit under the weather, but no, I'm good. We'll get there.
You know, we spoke about that a little bit off camera on the
Yeah,
weather, and the things we need to do, the drinking and all that stuff, just to
yeah,
get.
yeah. Fun times.
So tell me, man, what you been up to, man?
I've actually been up to a lot. I've been it's been a bit of a lazy few weeks. I'm still kicking it with the Xbox Live Party Podcast guys. Oh my god, they're so entertaining. I love those guys, especially Jenna. I love that dude, but I love to troll that dude as well. It makes me so happy. But yeah, same old. Still playing Smite. Still addicted to that. Xbox, still smashing Xbox. I started playing Shredders today. Redders playing Shredders. That's a great little game.
Betters
Looking
playing
forward to it.
Shredders. I like that one.
Yeah, yeah.
How'd you like that?
It's
I haven't
great.
played it
Yeah,
yet.
yeah, it's great. It's been a while since we've had a snowboarding game, isn't it? It's been nice to actually play one again. Like I think, well, to be fair, Riders Republic was a bit snowboardy, wasn't it? But no, it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So I'm still making my way through that. That's about it, really. I keep meaning to put out YouTube content, but like, I don't know what happened to my Xbox, but because I capture my game footage on my hard drive, and for whatever reason, like a month ago, every time I plug my hard drive into my Xbox, my whole Xbox freezes, and I don't know why it's doing it. So I'm having to hold off doing YouTube content again now. So, but yeah, that's about it. That's about it, really.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
I haven't tried Shredders myself. I know I downloaded it last night because they dropped
Mm.
it, and then Tunic Shadow dropped, which was weird because
Yeah, yeah.
for a long time these developers, it's on Twitter saying, no, it's not going to Game Pass. And then they shadow drop it. It's
Wink,
on
wink.
Game Pass day
Yeah,
one. Way to go, guys!
yeah.
Look, I was gonna purchase it too because it's one of the games
Mm.
I played the demo on it when they showed it last year, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna purchase it. It's fun. It's fun. I want to
I'd
play
never
that.
even heard of it until it came on Game Pass.
Never. Oh,
I'm a bit like that though. Like, I don't remember a lot of stuff.
it's pretty much one of those Zelda kind of games where you have to go retrieve. You know, the more you retrieve items, the better your
Mm.
your experience on that level will be, kind of thing.
Oh, okay,
You
yeah,
need a
yeah,
key, go get a key, fight that boss, come back, open that door, that kind of stuff.
yeah, yeah.
It's really good though. It's done very well. The music's done very well. When I played it on beta, I haven't played the now that they dropped the actual version of the game.
Mm.
Yeah, it's stuck on Elden Ring religiously. You probably saw me on Twitter
Oh,
go on
man,
and off.
I was touching this yesterday. Funny enough, I don't get Elden Ring. I've tried. I've played
Just
it.
tried
I
it.
just don't get it. Like I don't get why it's scored so high.
It's not for everybody. Look, listen, I'll be the first guy to tell you that Souls games is not my thing and still isn't my
Mm.
thing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just not my thing. Even though I'm enjoying Elden Ring, it's still not my thing.
Mm.
This what got me to play Elden Ring. I never got caught up with the hype.
Yeah.
I never really much get caught up with hypes and Metacritics and that stuff. But what got me was two things: open world and three things: open world exploration, and
Mm.
then the other thing was the fact that they mentioned co-op in it, which was
Yeah, yeah.
since I don't know Souls like that. It was like, oh, co-op. So the way they kind of promoted it was from start to finish. I could play with letters on that game and just kill
Yeah, yeah.
bosses and do exploration. But then I have a good buddy of mine, Draven, he just pulls me. He goes, no, no. He's a Souls guy. He goes, no,
Mm.
it's not that kind of co-op. It's literally drop in, help you with a boss, drop out. That's it.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
moment
yeah.
that is done, we separate. I'm like, oh, the game force separates you.
Mm.
I'm like, oh, okay. Then I was a little turned off. I was like, you know what? Okay, then I don't think I'm gonna play this game. I don't think it's for me.
Yeah.
And then the whole difficulty thing. Not that I shy away from difficulty, but I just don't feel like after working 8+ hours a day that I want to come home, play video games to have to struggle on a video game. Like,
Yeah,
okay, I
yeah.
struggle in life for real. I don't want to struggle in a video game. But some way, somehow, I just I just said, you know what, fuck it, I'll buy it.
Yeah, yeah.
Ended up buying it, and I would say I got 100 and I gotta check that, but 100 and something hours, 100 plus hours into that game right now. Haven't ended it yet, and what I could do a pod. I've said this before. I said this last Sunday on my pod, and I opened, me and Logic opened with the welcome of what we do, but it ended up being 45 minutes of me talking Elden Ring on the introduction part of the pod, and it's literally that game. That game will draw you in. A little disappointed with the patch notes, the way they came out, but at the end of the day, I'm still gonna play it. It's a fun game. It is what it is. But that's what I've been playing. But Tunic and Shredders, Shredders, I gotta try. I've seen people try it and go, "Wow, this is like
it's just chill. It's just a chill snowboarding game. It's great. Yeah, with Elden Ring, I mean, that's what I got drawn into it about as well, because I love open worlds. I like open worlds are my thing. I'll throw hours. I mean, anyone who watches like XBL knows how much I love Assassin's Creed and Far Cry and stuff. But as much as I hate Ubisoft, but yeah,
we hate Ubisoft.
I was drawn into that whole open world thing, but like, I don't like that it doesn't tell you where to go. It's like, oh, here you go, open world, and like it doesn't say, okay, you pick up a quest. Okay, I don't know what I have to do with this quest. It doesn't have a quest log. So I feel like I'm running around like just aimlessly a lot of the time. And then I got to Margit, the first boss, and my God,
which is weird because now they've updated it to. I know that was a big gripe with the IGNs and or Ubisoft and developers saying, "Oh, it should have been switched." Something. It was like a big thing with even the people from Horizon.
Yeah, I saw that.
People, about the whole UI and they don't mark your map and everything. But this update shows in the notes, and I haven't tried the update yet, but it shows in the notes that it now tags your side quest and names the NPC. Excuse me, the NPCs you're going after. I'm going, wait a minute, that's what everybody's been talking about, but supposedly this game was intended to be that way, not hold your hand.
Yeah.
But you're telling me it was not intended to be that way? Okay. Weirdly enough, it that's what drew me into the game. The fact that it doesn't tell me. I mean, Ghost of Tsushima is like that for me too. It doesn't tell you exactly where to go, but there are things like visual markers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like in the world that tells you go this way, go that way. They have things called grace point, which is like your save point.
Yeah.
In Elden Rings, and those, if you pay attention, those grace points, they have like these little flowing yellow glittery stuff that tells you it goes either left, right. That's telling you the next grace point. That's literally a marker. It's just that we're so used to the like a line on the floor, or
give me an arrow,
yellow, right, or a mini map to the bottom corner. But that's what this basically is. It does that for you. And another oddly thing is that I've sworn off open games that you have to play for 100 plus hours. Here I am playing 100 plus hours in Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Wow. Like, because I played the last Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I have like almost 60, 70 hours on that. Yeah. I got so tired and winded on that. But I think
it's hard.
I think for that is franchise fatigue.
Yeah, maybe. I see. I don't mind sinking 100 hours, 150 hours into a game if it's compelling. But when it's like Assassin's Creed, when it's basically you've got like a 30-hour story, and then the other 70 to 80 hours is doing side missions. Like they said that this new DLC, is it Ragnarok on Valhalla? They say that's 35 hours, but I'm sat here thinking, well, is it really 35 hours, or is it just
when Ubisoft tells you, when Ubisoft tells me it's X amount of hours, I always cringe and go, how much of that is side quest fetching? Because
absolutely.
Lately, Assassin's Creed has been doing these things with their world where it's like you can't reach a certain area until you reach that level, and to reach that level, you have to do side missions and a bunch of side quests.
Absolutely.
It's forcing you to do things. With Elden Rings, I fought Radahn, one of the hardest bosses in the game. I fought him towards the beginning of my story, like playing the game, and I defeated him after learning his moves and everything, his moveset.
Yeah.
But I've seen a lot of people fighting him now after I was playing, going, oh shit, he was always supposed to be like a later boss. Well, fuck, I slayed him early. It's like one of those things. Like, okay, use a little bit of dragon breath, let the NPCs do their shit. But yeah, man, Elden Ring's got my life, but I am gonna definitely check out Shredders.
That's cool. I
mean, Game Pass has been dropping some games.
Oh man, it's
I
hard
never
to keep
quite
up with
understand when
it.
people go, "Oh, Microsoft is not advertising. What's going on? Are they
They don't
okay?"
need to. That's the thing.
They
Like,
don't need to. They got Game
yeah,
Pass. That's their advertising.
so
Game
many, so
Pass
many
is
people
your
talk
advertising.
about Game Pass. They don't need to pay for advertising. Like, word of mouth will trump any kind of marketing. You know,
Yeah, and
and everybody talks about Game Pass, whether it's whether it's the Xbox guys who praise it through the roof, or whether even if it's the PlayStation guys who just want to shit on it, it's being talked about,
it's
and that's
still
the best
advertised.
marketing you can ever have. You know what I mean?
You know, it's funny you say that, and I have a cousin of mine who he video games, but not like heavy, not like us. You know, he doesn't play video
Yeah,
games like
yeah.
that. He does it like when he on an off day or when he just feels like getting his mind off stuff.
Mm.
And he doesn't know, like he has an Xbox, right? But he didn't know about no Game Pass or nothing. Weird. People gamers exist this way. They will play an
Yeah,
Xbox and not know Game Pass exists, even though it's in your face. He
yeah,
didn't know
yeah.
the value of it, but then he said that people he had the Xbox One
Mm.
X, and he said that he kept seeing people talk about like shit on Game Pass every day,
Mm.
all day, to the point where he's like, you know what, let me try this shit out. It's being talked about a lot,
Mm.
because he follows people, and then he ended up getting goes, holy shit, this is really good. I can play hundreds
It's
of games
amazing.
day one.
Yeah,
Like
it's
as soon as
amazing.
I purchase it for $1 or whatever it is, I have access to hundreds of games. I don't
Mm.
understand why people are shitting. I'm like, no,
As
actually,
Xbox,
I
that's
was
why
like, they
people shit on it.
advertised it for you because basically they're shitting on it, but it's an advertisement for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm that guy. If I see people talk a lot of like, if they're dogpilling on something and talking, man, like I tend
Mm.
to go, let me look into this, and I'll
Yeah,
look
yeah.
into it and
Exactly.
go, oh, it's not for me, or it is for me. I do a lot
And
with movies too.
more people need to do that. Do you know what I mean? Especially gaming Twitter. Fuck. I mean, people just
Oh,
can't form their own opinions anymore. Nobody does any research. It's like parrots. Like Twitter is just full of parrots. Like they pick up one thing and that's it. Everybody's saying the same thing.
I just tweeted that today. It's like let's make it normal where we literally click and read the article before
Yeah,
we
yeah, I
do
saw that.
knee jerk
Yeah, yeah.
reactions to a headline.
Mm.
I think that was in reference to the Halo series.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not interested in it because I'm not the biggest Halo fan.
Yeah.
I'm
So I
gonna
don't
watch
like
it.
Halo, but I'm gonna watch it. It looks decent. It
It
looks like
looks
a good
decent. I'm gonna watch
fun
it, but I'm
time.
not gonna sit here and plant the flag and go, no matter how good or bad it is, it's the best show that. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna watch it and let it be what it is and
And
watch it for what it
that's
is.
how it should be. I think. I mean, I will say it now. I'm more of an Xbox guy than a PlayStation guy. I wasn't always that way. I mean, I was a pro PlayStation guy all the way up to the PS3, and I never owned the original OG Xbox. I came into the Xbox ecosystem when the Elite came out. The Black Elite that came out. So I missed a good like 4 years. But I would say I'm more of an Xbox guy now. But if you go back to 2013 when Don Matrick hit the stage and just started dropping PR bomb after PR bomb, I threw so much shit and shade at Xbox. And that's, people have got this idea that you defend everything your platform does, but that's bullshit. You need to hold them accountable. And I feel like a lot of people don't hold people accountable. And that's what
Yes.
really pisses me off about gaming Twitter. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
that's where I'm at with when it comes to the whole gaming scene.
mm,
I take issues with just people who are such fanatics that they'll plant the flag
mm,
literally in their butt cheeks and say, I am Microsoft, I am Sony. Like
yeah, yeah,
it's okay to like something. It is okay to have a
yeah.
preference to something. I have a preference to Xbox, but
Mm,
I will not sit here and tell you fuck PlayStation all day long. I will
yeah,
not
yeah.
sit here and tell you Xbox is the greatest platform in the world. I will
But
not do that
I think a lot of
because
it comes down to the fact that people can't put out good content. So they've learned that to get a lot of followers, you have to pick a side. And like you see the same names come up on Twitter all the fucking time.
it's the
And
same.
they got thousands of followers, but you look at any of their posts, it's all, oh, Xbox is shit, and this is better. Like it's all
Yeah,
just
but
bashing content
if you ever see
day
them
in, day
tweet,
out.
if you ever see them tweet anything other than console hate or console
Mm,
war, anything other like a sport or a movie, you notice
yeah,
how that interaction is less because the people
yeah, yeah.
following you are
It's
attracted to
alarming,
your
man.
hate.
The only thing I can compare it to is like football hooligans. That's
Same
how it
thing.
feels like. And people will literally go to war over these fucking pieces of plastic. It's mind blowing.
It's insane. Like, and at one point, I mean, and you're gonna get those new heads telling old heads, "Oh, but it's been around for ages. It's not nothing new. Get over it." It's not that it's been
Yeah,
around for ages. It hasn't been around for ages. What you guys are basically doing now is getting personal with it and getting
yeah,
emotional with it.
exactly.
You're literally harassing developers. You are harassing just anybody you want to harass just because you're behind on a screen and you're having an
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah.
That's the problem I have. It's like console war can be fun if you let it be fun, but at the moment you start, making your account be something like I feel like a lot of these console war accounts are playing video games with a microphone, like with a magnifying glass and
Yes,
looking at the frame
exactly.
rates and looking at trees. Do you
Yeah.
play games, or is how do you play your video games? Do you play like a magnifying glass in front of you? Like how does that work?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Oh,
my
look,
issue though. With
400
yeah,
times
right.
zoom.
Like
That tree's out of place.
so you saw how that frame dropped by one. Xbox is better. Stop
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like that's just crazy. Like
It is
go
really
play
bad.
games and be good.
Yeah, for sure. But what I
But
don't like is like people like that are unbiased that put out good, fucking solid content. They just get overlooked because they're not picking a side, and I think that's wank. You know what I mean? It's a weird state of where the community's at.
But you said it. The moment you have a conflicting opinion,
Mm,
something to be like open for debate or open discussion,
yeah,
they shut you out because it's not their narrative. And
yeah,
they
yeah,
end up either
absolutely.
blocking you, muting you, or retweeting you and talking mess about you. It's like what are you doing? Like I'm trying to have a
Yeah,
discussion with you, like I'm not attacking you. I'm just saying,
yeah,
hey,
yeah.
this is how I feel about it. Now, try to change my mind, just like I'm trying to change yours, and then we'll go from there. But
It's a
it's just
weird
too
one, isn't
much
it?
of
It's like
that,
everybody has an opinion, but nobody's willing to accept anyone else's opinion.
Exactly.
But opinions are like assholes, everyone's got one.
Everybody's got one
Yeah.
until you take a shit out. No, I'm going too far with that. No, man. So tell me, man, what does Riddle do for fun other than video games? Obviously,
Oh man,
what
that's
do you
about
do
all I
like on a
do, really.
downtime?
Yeah, that's about all I do. I play guitar, obviously.
The
Um,
guitar.
yeah, I mostly play video games and watch TV shows. I fucking love the movies and TV. I'm working my way through Breaking Bad again for like the 4th time.
Oh, but you can't go wrong with that show.
Every
You
time I
can't go
watch
wrong.
it, it's just as exciting as like the first time I watched it. It's fantastic. And I was sitting there today. I'm on season 4, and I was sitting there today, and I thought, you know what? Maybe Gus Fring wasn't exactly a bad guy. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't.
He was not.
If Walter had just kept his mouth
Situation.
shut and gone along with what the plan was, he could have made a lot of money. But Gus wasn't a bad guy. Sure, he had a few people killed. Who doesn't?
It's situations, it happens. Given the situation you're given, if we're forced into something, our hands are forced, we're gonna have to react certain ways.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't necessarily think he was a bad guy, but he did bad things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would like to say he did those bad things after Walt had,
Correct.
shit the bed. He should
Correct.
have just kept quiet, made a bit of money, problem solved. And also, I find every time I watch it, I come up with like a different scenario in my head, and I'm sitting there during season 1. I'm like, Walt, why don't you just tell your wife that you have a pot dealer on speed dial and that you go to him for weed because cannabinoids shrink tumor cells? Problem solved. I don't know why I'm sitting there coming up with all these scenarios. I mean, I guess that makes for shit television, but I just, you know what I mean? I think
That's
it's
how my
nothing
wife thinks.
solved without communication.
That's how my wife thinks. She's all practical. Like, that show could have been, it would have ended if they would have done this, that, and
Yeah,
that. That whole thing would have been resolved. I'm like, but then there
yeah,
wouldn't be a TV show that I like watching. Like, that's the point. You got to stress these things out.
yeah. I
But
haven't seen.
those two are those two are some of the best actors that I've watched.
I love Bryan Cranston. He's fantastic. I haven't seen Better Call Saul yet. I'm going to do that after I finish Breaking Bad. I haven't seen Camino yet either, to be fair. I've only seen Breaking Bad, so I'm looking forward to like doing the whole thing this time. This time I'm going to do Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, Camino. I'm going to do the whole series.
I have not done El Camino or Better Call Saul at all.
Yeah,
I have not. I've been waiting because I'm one of those that like waiting for because I saw Breaking Bad after the series was done.
Yeah,
and then I just binged it twice. Like watched it, and then literally a week later said this was too good. I gotta watch it again because I might have missed some things. And the second pass through, I'm going, oh shit, I missed that. That was okay. Now I understand why that was put in there. It happens when a show is that good. I want to watch it again. But I have not watched Better Call Saul. Is it over yet? Better Call Saul?
I have no idea. I think it's still going. I think it's still running.
I'm gonna wait for. I think it's on season 3, right, or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Wait, it's crazy because it feels like it was just announced like a year ago, and it's been like 4 seasons. Wow, this is crazy. So I'm gonna wait for that to.
I always tend to to wait till the series is completely aired, and finished before I go and watch it, because I don't like getting to that point where I've got to wait till fucking next week to watch the next episode. I hate that. I want to see it all in one go. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think we got conditioned with a lot of the shows. I mean, I know I have. When I watch a good show, what I consider good, and then like a season into it, it's canceled, and I'm going fuck. Like you could at least wrap it up. So now I've gotten to the point where it's like, you know what? I'll wait for that show to finish. Once it wraps up, I will determine if I'm going to watch it or not, because sometimes I will give it for a season, and even if it ends, they give it a good ending. But I've watched some shows that are good, and they abruptly end it with no ending.
I'll tell you what, man. Netflix has done me dirty so many times.
Yeah. And I'm here looking for a new episode.
Clarita diet, that deserved another season. They left out on a cliffhanger. Oh Jesus, Daybreakers. I think it's called Daybreakers. Did you ever see that one?
Yes.
In high school. That was
also
fantastic.
A cliffhanger.
One season in. I thought
but
it was
that left it a cliffhanger. That was a cliffhanger, and I'm going, shit. Why would you cancel on a cliffhanger? Like, stop. It kills me, because even Netflix is doing this lately, where they do what's that one show? Part of the anime.
I know the one you're on about. I can't think what it's called. Oh, what is it?
They released the whole season, and then right when they released it, like a couple of days later, we're done. We're not gonna do it again.
Yeah,
and I'm going,
shit. What's it called?
Me. Like, stop doing that. Like, I don't appreciate you guys doing that. It's
give it a chance to be successful.
Like,
give it time to be watched.
If I'm investing my precious time watching the show, and then you tell me it's canceled, I'm going, then what's the point of watching the show? It's just
Bebop something.
Yeah, Cowboy Bebop. There you go, Cowboy Bebop.
Just
not the best, animation live action.
Yeah.
And again, what is? But it was decent enough for me to go, oh, this is cool. And then I read as I'm watching an episode, I see on Twitter, by the way, breaking news by IGN. IGN said, and it looks like Cowboy Bebop got
shit canned
or got canceled. I'm like, I'm watching episode 3, for God's sakes. Come on.
Make it last.
Make it last. Make it work. Do something.
I think the problem is they release these shows. I think if they don't get a massive viewing straight away, then they just cancel it. But I don't think they give people time to get to the show and watch it before they shit can it. I think if they just let it sit there for a while, let people see it, get invested in it, because there's a lot of other shit on Netflix. People aren't just going to sit there and hammer it day one because it's on there.
I get confused when I see Netflix shows that have survived past 2-3 seasons that don't deserve any more shows, but they keep getting renewed. Versus good programming, which I consider good programming, that just gets canceled in the first year. And I don't know. I think Netflix is one of those things I'm probably going to end up dropping anyways. They're raising price again, and I'm going,
oh yeah, I saw that.
I got to reevaluate what Netflix is about now, because if you're going to keep raising a price on me every 2 price raises in 6 months, I'm saying, going, what's the value of Netflix? Do I still? And now they're talking about not sharing passwords outside of your IP.
They're going to start billing the account holder more.
Yeah, so I'm going, you know what is your value? Because this is not working for me.
The thing is, they haven't really got rival it, have they? I mean, I know you got other streaming services, but when it comes to Netflix, they got so much content and so many licenses, so they kind of do have the ability to say, by the way, putting the price up again. So they don't really have any competition to.
I just think they got to be careful though, because you are who you are now, but you got to be careful and don't forget your roots. Because I remember when Netflix was just a rental.
Yeah,
you get it shipped to your home, and it's just a little rental thing. And then they ended up just, when they started doing streaming, all they really had as big stuff was Stars programming, and that's all they really had. And then when Stars pulled out of the contract with them to do their own streaming thing, Netflix was like, what the hell do we do? Because they had nothing else to really hold on them. And that's when they decided, you know what, we got to start doing original content.
Do you think a lot of it is due to the fact that they're now making their own content, and that's why they're putting the price up, because they need to recoup the losses of filmings and stuff?
Well, me not knowing the business the way it works, outside looking in, they're pumping out a lot of blockbuster stuff, with big names on them. And they got to account for that somehow. You're pumping out blockbuster actors, no matter how bad that movie does on your streaming service, these are big actors. You got to pay, Chris Hemsworth and you got Chappelle, you got a bunch of these big names you got to pay. And that's where I think the increment comes from, especially when you're doing $1 and then another $1 before 6 months is even up. So you do it dollar increments. It's one of those things where I get it, but they got to be careful. They got to be really careful, because you have cable to do streaming service, and now you're forcing us back to going to cable. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, it looks like cable's cheaper now because you guys keep forcing these prices on us. Like,
This is it. I mean, as long as they got the popularity, they can fucking charge whatever they want. Like,
of course,
pay it. That's the thing. People will pay it. One thing I found really funny about Netflix, to be honest, was I managed to gain access to the American Netflix back in the day. You know, back when you could just change the DNS address and gain access to the American one. But fuck me, you got more British television on your Netflix on ours. The fucking hell. A Top Gear, all the seasons. I got like specials on mine.
That's funny.
My country.
You know, it's funny because you say that, and I got my Asian friends. They tell me the same thing about the Asian programming. They're like, you know, we watch American Netflix. You guys got more Asian programming than we have in our countries. I'm like, really? It's like, yeah. Like, okay. So I guess when it comes to that programming as well, yeah, we get a lot. We get a lot. And we love it too. Like we eat it up. Like it's good. It's good TV. Like
I was having this conversation with the guys on Midweek Gaming last night. Have you ever seen Red Dwarf?
Yes.
British. Oh my god! If you haven't seen Red Dwarf, watch it.
I caught an episode of it.
It's the best British comedy you'll ever wish to see. That and Blackadder. Yeah, just watch the classics, man. It's so good.
I love British humor. To me, British humor is like everything for me. Like I love British humor. It's just. It's so edgy, you know. It's like
one of the main reasons why we split XBL into two different shows, because like we got me, Jinna, and Ash, who are quite obscene, quite outspoken. We don't really give a fuck. We take the piss out of each other,
which is what I love.
Yeah, that doesn't really vibe well with the American audience, so we ended up splitting into two. And
I don't know what American audience, because hey, I'm in Florida. I love that shit. Like I understood the split. I understood that, or not the split though, the brand split. I understood that. But I enjoyed, but like now that you say that, I kind of think about it. Go, wait a minute, you know, watching episodes, I did see it where it was like you guys like throw your humor out there, and I could see how some maybe American viewers would be like, "That's offensive."
That's offensive
because you know we live in a stupid offensive world and everything's offensive. So like, but for me, it was like, I
was explaining this to someone the other day, like. When it comes to British humor, the more we take the piss out of you or take the piss out of each other, like that's how you know you're friends. Do you know what I mean? Like we're built on sarcasm and piss taking. That's just who we are as a nation. Like I don't know if you've like seen the recent episodes of XBL, but I've been trolling the Jinna so much. But Jinna is a letdown.
I love it. I love
every 2 seconds. Jinna, you're a fucking letdown. I can't help it. Like he's such a cool guy, and I know that I can have that banter with him. It's just.
Oh, I love it. Like watching you and like the banter between you and Jenna, watching how Ash gets uncomfortable when I mention in the chats every now and again. I mentioned on Fantasy 7. Like when even what's his name? I always forget his name. And I'm doing this on purpose because he hates when people forget his name. With the beard, well, I'm just going with it. With the beard. What's his name? The other guy. Anyway, like he gets like when you guys like run over time, it's like he gets nervous. Like he's like, okay, guys, let's get back on the subject. And I just that whole dynamic you guys got over there is just a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
like,
it's great, and
everybody plays off each other, and I love it. You know, it's like,
and that's what I love about Expert, because I love doing podcasts. Don't get me wrong, but I love it when it's less structured and you can just talk. Do you know what I mean? That's what I love. I love talking to people. So when you can get on a podcast with your mates, shoot the shit for an hour and a half, that's a lot more fun and enjoyable, at least for me. Like, than sitting there like, right, this is the topic. We're sticking to this topic. Talk about this topic. I don't like that kind of structured conversation. It doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel. I like interacting with people. That's what I love. You know what I mean? So
I love this. I love this one-on-ones and being with Logic on Sundays. It's why I do it. It's therapeutic. And for those who are like watching, I'm talking about Fabio. Fabio. He gets really nervous when
I love Fabio.
Over.
I absolutely love Fabio. He doesn't quite understand like the banter and stuff. I don't think. He's forever telling me off and like calling him the milkman. It's just fun, you know what I mean? It's just a good laugh. It's a good time.
You guys got to check out their podcast. It's on every Tuesday. It was on Saturday, but it's on every Tuesday. I try to catch it live as much as I can, but ever since they moved it to Tuesday, it's hard for me to catch it live. It's like, oh, guys, what are you doing?
A lot of people are not showing up because it's just an awkward time. So we might even change the time slot again. But you got the UK one at 8 p.m. on a Tuesday, and then you got
The
the
UK
American.
one, and the American is on. The USA is on Thursdays.
Yeah. It's I can't remember the time though. I feel like I should know that. I
I
know it's
believe
1
it's
o'clock.
8 o'clock Eastern time.
Yeah. But yeah, but yeah, the UK one's definitely more of the shoot the shit, have a laugh kind of show. It's a lot of fun. It's just great fun.
Bobby, if you watch it, that whole segment was just for you, man. I
Yeah.
left out your name. I pretended like I didn't know nothing. The guy with the beard, that was just for you to get that laugh. I know you get a little nervous there, but hopefully you enjoyed that, buddy. I gotta get him on too. I want to have a conversation with him. But look, listen, this went on for way too long without me asking this one thing. I always ask it to all my guests, and I'm pretty sure if you've watched, pretty sure you know what's coming. But my question to you is 2 truths and a lie.
Right.
Have you played that game before? Or do you know how it goes?
Which game?
No, I don't know. 2 truths and a lie.
Oh, right. No, I haven't.
It's very simple. It's you tell me 2 truths in your life and 1 lie.
Right. Got it.
And my job is to just guess which is the lie, which is the 1 lie. All 3 of them, which is the lie.
Right. Got you. So where do you want to start?
I suck at this, by the way. I suck. I say this in every creative corner. I suck at this. So go ahead.
Let me have a think. So I was once the frontman of a thrash metal band. I'll let you decide whether you want to believe that or not.
I was once the frontman of a. Okay. What's the next one?
I am a professional NBA player. Mate, I'm so shit when it comes to lies. No, I used to play basketball. And I used to be a boxer.
Okay.
So those are your 3.
Those are your 3. All right. Okay. So you said frontman. I believe that. And we spoke prior to we going live. You said that wrestling was one of your things.
Yeah, it used to be. Yeah.
Okay. Which we got to talk about that, by the way.
Yeah, we will.
And then you said you're a professional basketball player right now. That one, I'm just gonna let it go.
Hey man, I'm 6'8". It could happen. You know what I mean?
I believe that you played basketball, maybe at some point professionally, but I don't think you're doing it right now. I'm gonna go with that one. I'm just go with that one. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna lay it up and say, I'm gonna dunk it and say that's the one. That's the one I'm gonna go with. That's the lie.
No, it's not. I'm not a boxer.
What the fuck? Oh man, like it sounded too easy.
I did kickboxing a while ago. I've never been a boxer.
See, I was close-minded. I'm thinking boxing, like just straight up, fisticuffs. Oh man, you duped me on that one. You duped me. Oh man, you see that? I tell you, I suck at it. Even when I think it's easy, I suck at it.
It was a long time ago. I'm getting on a bit now. Like I haven't played basketball in a while.
Okay.
But
tell me a little bit about that. Tell me a little bit about the.
I used to play center because I'm fucking huge. So blocking and shit. I mean, you got to remember, I grew up in like the arse end of nowhere in Cornwall in the UK. So I've always been the tallest everywhere. So like, even down here, like playing on teams down here, I was just giant compared to everybody else. So yeah, I used to be the center. I used to love it. Long time ago, though. But yeah. Fun times, man. And yeah, I used to front a metal band called Blame the Hatred back in the day. That's how my voice is so fucked now. It used to be a lot higher pitched, and then I did thrash metal, and I'd lost my voice.
Oh, you were that yell. Yeah, a lot of yelling.
Yeah. Oh man, I'll tell you what.
High-pitched noises.
Being a front man for a band is probably the greatest feeling you could ever have in front of a live audience. It's such a vibe, and I wish I kept doing it because it was just. It's like, and to be fair, this is why, and one of the things I loved about wrestling as well. There's just this and to be fair, even like the gaming community, there's this camaraderie. Do you know what I mean? Like when you're in front of a crowd, and you're even if you're fucking screaming like I was and growling and stuff, they're vibing it, they're feeling it. It's almost like you're a fucking one. It's like, yeah, this is awesome. It's just such a good vibe, and it was the same with wrestling. Like there's this. Like behind like all the matches and stuff, where it's just the locker room, there is such a strong sense of fuck me, we're brothers. Do you know what I mean? It's awesome. It's such an awesome feeling. So yeah, if you've ever thought about being a front man for a metal band, get on it because you won't regret it. It's good fun.
I think I'm about too bald for it, and I think I'm about
Oh mate, with that beard, fuck me, you'll fit right in. Look at it, it's glorious.
I mean, the beard is. I had to grow the fucking beard. I mean, I had no hair at the top of the head. Like it all went from here to here. So, I said, fuck it. Let me just. I might as well just groom this, and so I don't have this anymore.
Yeah.
But as you can see, I even try to grow it. Like I don't even shave it. It's the most I get out of it. Like what the hell? That's interesting. Front man I can only imagine the energy you feed off of the crowd.
Yeah, absolutely.
When they're cheering you on and they're just going in it and they enjoy what you're putting out.
Yeah,
that's awesome, man. What gave it up? Why you gave it up?
Well, it was a weird time. We were all young and like there was some issues going on with people in the band, and like one day I got a message saying, "Oh, by the way, we're breaking up. We're not doing this anymore," because like they were in college at the time and they'd just finished college, and it was almost like college is over, so the band's over kind of vibe. But they were great dudes, they were so cool to hang around. They were so cool to have a drink with. It was just such a blast. And then after I left that band, I just never pursued another one. And I really fucking wish that I did, because honestly, mate, there's no better feeling than, like being in front of a crowd screaming and these guys that are watching you, are just banging their heads. They're having a fucking great time. It's such an awesome vibe. You cannot beat live music. You just can't beat it. It's so powerful. Do you know what I mean?
It's a different rush, from doing stuff live in front of people.
Yeah, I mean, especially mosh pits and shit. I mean, everyone thinks, oh, it's violent. It's not. You tell you what, man. If you get pushed down, you'll pick right back up. Your brother's in that fucking pit.
Well, that's because of the way it's perceived, the way it's shown off. It's almost like, oh, that's metal. It's great. Like it's like they want to. They show it up such a negative light.
Don't get me wrong. There are these fucking idiots that go into pits and start doing fucking
in everything, though. In everything.
But
in everything, there's always the idiots.
A good solid fucking metal gig, and you got everyone pushing and shoving each other, and they're banging into you as hard as they can. It's such a rush, and you go down, you get picked up, someone else goes down in front of you, you pick them up, you just carry on having a fucking good time. It's such an energy. It's just so awesome. So awesome.
Yes, it's true.
Especially when you've been drinking.
Especially when you've been drinking. Yeah, I guess it's what they say.
That was my issue this past Saturday. I got shit faced, and then all I wanted to do was fucking hug people and rock. You know what I mean?
We were talking about that before we went. Yeah, we were talking about that before we went live. It's one of those things like we're talking about, and I shared a story and everything, but we were talking about how we both love beer. And we love our drinking. Some have a name for that, but we're not gonna go there. Some may have a name for what we do, but we're not gonna go there. But yeah, man, hugging people.
I am an alcohol connoisseur.
Alcohol tends to influence you one way or another, or in various ways, because it can really bring out a personality trait in you.
Yeah. I go two ways. I go either fucking insanely happy, cuddly, and friendly, and I just want to chat to everybody, which is how I was on fucking the weekend. Or I go incredibly depressed, don't want to be near anybody, just want to drink into a pit. You know what I mean? Just get absolutely.
I think that's why we hit we hit it off, because I'm just when I drink same way. I'm either laughing my ass off and having fun and enjoying people's company and just talking it up, or I'm finding myself in a corner just to myself with my thoughts.
I honestly believe it's like what kind of day you had like before you start drinking, because I don't drink socially. I just can't do it. I can't sit there and just oh yes, this is lovely. I have a cheeky pint. If I'm drinking,
I don't understand that behavior.
Smashed.
I don't understand that behavior. Like, hey, what's up, man? And drinking like this. I really don't like.
You're taking something to fuck with your brain chemistry to make you a bit different. Why would you sit there and just casually sip a drink? That's not why. Just if you're gonna get drunk.
I'm glad I found somebody. It's weird. Like I don't know. To me, it's just weird to do that. Because you're right, it changes your chemicals, like your way you're thinking.
I had to start watching it because I was getting pretty fucking dangerous with it. Last Christmas, not this Christmas gone, the Christmas before, a friend of mine bought me a massive bottle of gin, and it sat in my fridge for a while, and I just started having a really shit day. I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna have a couple of gins, it'll be fine. I'm gonna mellow out a bit. Doesn't fucking go that way, man. I cracked one drink, and then I realized I was at a mixer. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna drink the whole fucking bottle neat. And I ended up drinking a fucking liter of gin. I ended
Holy
up,
shit.
yeah, it was fucking bad because I don't have that filter. It's like, you're okay, you've had enough. Stop drinking now. So I ended up fucking on my computer chair. No idea how I got there, but I was covered in vomit, like just an absolute fucking state. And I need to be really fucking careful with it because it so easily goes.
Very, very. I mean, I already shared with you what happened to me on my 30th birthday. You know, when it can go.
Yeah,
I've met people that don't do what we do. Like, you know, either you know how we say we're happy or we're sad. I've met
yeah,
people where they go to the other extreme. They get violence.
yeah. See,
Like
I've
they
never
get
gotten
really
violent.
violent, and it's like, yo, slow that. I can't.
Yeah,
That's crazy, and it's almost like violent and toxic. Oh, they
yeah,
start spewing things out that wouldn't like at the right state of mind wouldn't even make sense. Like, what are you
yeah,
doing?
yeah.
Then you
I've
try to
luckily
stop them,
been
and
that way.
they're determined to hurt themselves. Like, nope,
Mm.
I want to get this out because I feel like getting it out.
Yeah, yeah,
I guess that's the part they call alcohol. What they call that um alcohol bravery or something. Like the alcohol brings out the hero, the bravery in you.
courage.
Um, and I'm going, no, that's not that, man. That's you killing your whole character, man. That's
Yeah,
character suicide. I wouldn't want to do that, but I've met people like that where they get really violent, and I don't mean violent in fight fisting or thing, but violent in verbal.
yeah,
Where they start saying things that they feel, and
yeah.
because they don't
You don't have
have
that filter. Yeah,
right
the
because they're under the influence, they can't control the filter. It's
yeah,
just well out there. It could be good, it could be bad, but it's at the end
yeah.
of the day, it's just not good at all. Like,
This is what I
period.
meant by what I said earlier. Like, I have to mix my drinks. If I hammer one drink, I get to that point where I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just, whatever mood I'm in, that's the mood I'm in. But if I mix my drinks, I can chat, I can laugh, I can have a good time. I remember everything I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I'm aware of what's going on around me, and I don't get hungover. But if I'm just nailing one drink, like say if I'm just hammering whiskey all night, I get to that point where I'm out of control. I'm stumbling along the floor. I'm fucking throwing up all over myself. It's just not a good time. So I have to make sure that, and it's tricky, especially when you're drunk. You've got to keep a close eye on how you're feeling because at any fucking moment it could go one or the other. It's such a bizarre, it's such a
It, it
bizarre
it
feeling.
it could be, yes, it could be the one drink that's gonna take you over. The one,
Yeah,
and it could be anything, but that one drink, just like you could be good all night long, and then that one drink just sets you off to
yeah,
whatever land you're gonna
like
go to, or
as
at least
as,
it
hug,
could be.
as much as I get like super friendly and huggy, like if I'm like having a good time with somebody and somebody like even if someone says like a negative thing, like whether you're being an idiot or something, that's it. That'll swing my entire mood, and it's right. I'm
Yep,
depressed. I sit in this fucking corner and drink to myself,
and
and
drink
that's
to yourself. I mean, I mean, it's one of those things where I told you I can't mix drinks.
Mm,
It's either beer or liquor. I can't do
yeah,
both. Now,
yeah,
if we're talking about, if I'm having a beer night and we're talking about taking a couple of shots, that's different.
mm,
But I'm talking about like having mixed drink alcohol, a glass of alcohol on the rocks, and then switching to beer. A couple of beers later, switching back to the
mm,
liquor. That will not only does that make me moody, but it
yeah,
messes up my blood sugars get all out of whack. You know what I mean? And it feels
yeah,
like
yeah,
I'm about to pass out. I get red in the face and it gets swollen. It's just not a
yeah.
good thing for me. And then they have me running around poolside with underwear. That's a story that I would not tell on the recorded program. But Ian, because that's his name, Ian.
Hello.
If you guys didn't know Ian,
Mm,
he is privileged to had heard the story before he went and recorded. So it's up to him to tell that story if he wanted to, but it's a funny story. It's a real fun story. But yeah, man, I don't make stuff like that. But it's good to
yeah.
know that we have control over that kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. You
Um,
got to be responsible, I mean, if you're one of these people that do
very,
go out and get shit faced and start being violent, like you shouldn't be drinking. Like, have that responsibility to say, you know what, I know my limits. This is any more than this, I'm going to become a nightmare. You need to have that
correct.
limit. And it's
Yes.
it's fucked up as well because like my cousin, he was an alcoholic, so I've seen like the damage that it can do, and he's dead now. He died like 2 years ago. So and these are like he was what 50. He was a young bloke.
Young.
I've seen like the harsh sides of what alcohol can really do. So you've really got to pay attention to it because it can fucking creep up on you.
It can, and it can
You know what
leave
I mean?
long-lasting health problems. With some
Yeah,
people
yeah, absolutely. He died of liver failure in the
liver
end.
and
Mm,
I've seen that. I've seen people go have liver failure.
Mm.
They have like they get yellow and like
Yeah, it's
face.
horrible.
It's
I saw
very
him.
horrible.
I saw him like 3 or 4 weeks before he died, and it was like looking at a different person. You know what I mean? It
Mhm.
wasn't him. He was so yellow. He had massive bloating because that's what it does. Yeah, when your liver starts failing, it starts filling you up with fluid
It
because it
stops
can't get.
filtering your toxins. Yeah, every bad stuff in your body stops filtering.
Yeah, and it's scary, man. It's horrible to look at. It's horrible to watch. And yeah, I saw him 4 weeks before he died, and it's not the same person. It's
Something like that is a rude awakening.
It is a massive wake up call. Absolutely.
I've seen it way too many times for me to understand that drinking isn't everything, and like do it responsibly, you know.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna do it with people you trust around you,
Yeah.
people that you know that if something stupid was to happen, like if you was to forget, oh, I'm just gonna have a fun night tonight, that you know they're gonna take you home safely. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And always, please have a designated driver. I can't stress that enough. Have a designated.
Yeah. If you get behind,
I would never be the designated driver. I'll let you know that now. You will be the designated. Somebody else will be the. I would never be that because I cannot go to a function that involves, you know, that kind of like drinking. And I'm saying, going, yep, I'll stay sober. I gotta have a drink.
One. You enjoy your night. I'll have a shit
I'll
one.
just have one. I'll just have one for now.
I'll just have one double.
One double, and it'll be it's like, okay. Oh man, no, but it's please drink responsibly. We're not condoning. We're not, just like I did last week with the episode. We spoke about, you know, some of the things that real, like, you know, with suicide and stuff. This week with the alcohol stuff, please drink responsibly. We're not promoting it. We're not saying, hey, go out there and get drunk. We're not saying that. We're just saying drink responsibly. Have fun with adults about it, and make those decisions when you have to, the right decisions. Because at the end of the day, we want you back. We want you to, you know, be here with us. So let's see. I see Pops dolls in your back. I collect those. What do you have?
Man, don't get me started. I said to my missus, right, we were out shopping one day, and I said to her, I said, whatever you fucking do not get me a Funko Pop. Because I know what I'm like. Like, I have to collect. I mean, that's why I play. Another reason why I love Xbox, because I love achievement hunting. I've got to fucking collect them all. I'm at that point. I've got Funkos of shit I've never even seen. You know what I mean? Like, just because they look cool. Like, and I said to her, I said, do not get me a Funko Pop. And now I can't stop buying them.
That's how it starts. You either get gifted one, or you see one that's very cool. You're like, I don't do these things, but I gotta have that one. It's nice. And then before you know it, you have a shelf behind you full of pops, that Funko Pops.
I moved house just before Christmas. I haven't really got anywhere decent to put them yet. I am planning on putting them like staggered around.
I plan on doing the same thing, setting up my background like that, because I have a lot. Like, I have a storage unit full of these. Like, I have a lot. Like, I think I have over 200 of these things. Like, I have a lot. And at one point, it was an addiction, so I had to stop. Like, it was just, I got to stop. Because it was like I bought one, and you know how they have the numbers in the corner? It says like 58 or whatever. I'm going, what does that number mean? I look it up. Oh, there's 60 of these. Okay, I got 58. I got to complete the set. So I ended up like,
fuck, now I need another 6 more.
So I'm like, I can't just have the one, so I got to complete the set. You know, it's like,
I got 2 from Birds of Prey, you know, the Harley Quinn movie. Fucking hated the movie. I couldn't stand it, but I've still got 2 Funko Pops from the movie just because they look cool.
Because they look cool, exactly. And the thing is, we don't even. I don't know what like talks to us about it's collectible or it holds more value if we keep in the box. And we do.
We keep in the box. 2 years. They're not going to be worth a fucking penny. But
they're going to be worth in the future just as much as Elmo was back in the days. Or what was the other thing? Trolls with the hair. What was the other? It's like what was the Beanie Babies? That's how much those things will be worth, just as much as Beanie Babies. Yeah. Don't count on them. Like, I don't know why we convince ourselves to keep them in a box, but we do, and we
be valuable. No, they're not. They're mass produced.
They're mass produced. Nothing valuable about these things. And then they sell some. I don't know if you've seen these outrageous prices for some of them, limited edition ones. Thousands of dollars. I'm going for a fucking piece of plastic. No. No. I mean, at that point, I'm going, fuck no.
They just look cool, don't they? They look cool, even when they're in their boxes.
They look cool. But I ain't paying no $1,000 for those damn things. Shit, I'm not.
Win the lottery.
Oh man. Hey, you are where you at? You're in the UK, right?
In the UK, yeah, Cornwall. Okay. Outside of nowhere.
Talk to me about food.
Oh, mate, if you're coming to Cornwall, you're gonna have a Cornish pasty. So that's all there is to say about it. You've got to have a Cornish pasty or a cream tea. I don't know if you get cream teas in America. Do you know what they are?
I mean, we got tea with milk.
I know we have right. A cream tea, right, is a scone. Do you know what a scone? A scone, I think it is in America.
Oh, scone. Okay.
Yeah, it's I call it a scone. I don't know why it's a scone, and you get it with jam and cream, right? And you cut it in half, and then you spread the jam and the cream on the scone, and you have it with a cup of tea. Hence the cream tea.
Woo.
But here's the thing, right? And this is almost like a turf war. Depending on where you come from, whether you're from Cornwall or whether you're from Devon, it all depends on how you put the cream and the jam on first.
Talk to me about that.
Yeah. People fight over it. Like the cream has to go on first or the jam has to go on first, depending on which side of the
really?
Yeah. It's
You're
weird.
being serious?
Yeah, absolutely serious. It's proper weird. But yeah,
I was fighting about pizza. Like Chicago got the best pizza. No, New York has the best pizza. Like,
mate, I'll tell you what. I've been thinking about this for a long time. If I ever do make it to America, I'm determined to make it to America one day. I am doing a fucking food tour of America because you guys have some of the nicest looking food. I mean, I'm addicted to like Food Network and stuff. I love watching.
Weird. We think that about we think that about across the sea. We think the same thing.
Man versus food and stuff. I used to watch Man versus Food religiously, and fuck me, the barbecue and shit you guys get. I just want to come to America and try it. It just looks phenomenal. But yeah, over here you get fish and
some
chips.
Good barbecue spots. I mean, when it comes to American food, I think what we perfected, giving you large quantities of it, is what we perfected. That's what we do out here. Hence why I'm, big like this. But like America has perfected large quantity of food. Because sometimes I watch like overseas and I watch the plate ups over there. Again, I used to be a chef back in the days, and I watch plate ups a lot, like how stuff is put up in restaurants, and that says a lot about how it's cooked or how it's presented, that kind of stuff. And I see how the presentations are overseas versus us here. I mean, here we just take a plate, fucking plop it, we're good to go, eat it. Over there, it's like they, a piece of twig or something could be art. It could be like they make the chocolate look like it's something else. Like it's just crazy how the art is such a.
Have you ever had beans
infused into the food? Over here is like, fuck it, plop it on a plate, eat it, you're
good. Have you ever had beans on toast?
No.
It's just basically baked beans on toast. That's it.
That's it.
That's a British staple. Yeah, beans on toast.
Okay. Is that what we call, like over here we have like
it'd be like barbecue beans, like baked beans.
Like just the canned ones.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's like, is that like let me ask you, is that like a poor man's kind of a snack?
Yeah. It was like oh Jesus, like especially as a kid, like that was like the one thing you're guaranteed to feed your family on was beans on toast. Because like bread's cheap as shit, and so's beans. So just slap them on each other, and boosh, you got a meal. That's,
well, I say it like that because I want it to be relatable. Because as a Puerto Rican, our food growing up, and even now in my household, it's that kind of food for us is like white rice and eggs.
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff. Where it's like it doesn't make sense to put those two things together, but rice is cheap, eggs are cheap. Put it together, we have a meal.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much like the UK equivalent. It's beans on toast. Everyone can afford
any kind of bread.
Well, yeah, any bread. Just toast it, butter it, slap some beans on it. Jobs are good.
That's interesting. I'm gonna try that because I am that guy.
It's good, man. It's good shit.
Toast the bread, baked beans. You warm the beans, obviously, right?
Yeah. Toast the bread. Give it a butter. Put some beans on it. Enjoy.
Oh, butter! I forgot about the butter. Okay. Butter. You know what? That doesn't sound bad. Now they say butter.
It's good shit. Scrambled egg on toast. We got a lot of that over here.
Oh my god! Now you're getting fancy. That is no longer broke food.
Yeah. That's like middle class. You can afford scrambled eggs.
Right. You throw an egg on that. You're not middle class. You can afford that stuff. Wow, you're fancy.
Yeah. Have you ever had fish and chips?
Yes, I love it. I've had that.
Over here.
Well, American version. Like we have Pat O'Brien's out here in Florida, and like the American version of fish and chips is like it's not the same as over there as an
when we over here. It's mostly cod and shit. You can't get different varieties, but I've only ever really had cod and chips. But it's as easy as it sounds. It's just a bad fish and chips. I mean, that's it. There's nothing
like what I mean, like what they do here is like they'll put the fish could be non-battered fried, just baked with
Oh,
French
it's got to
fries.
be
And
bad.
they'll call that fish and chips. I'm going,
Yeah.
oh, you can't get away with that.
Got to be bad. Beer bad as well. You can get beer
It
bad.
has to be beer batter, yeah. Especially beer batter. It has to
Delicious.
be. It brings just flavors out of that. But yeah, man.
Yeah.
What's your favorite food?
Oh,
What's
mate.
your go-to? Like right now, if you, hey man, what you need right now?
Well, I've like the last week, I've had to try and cut out carbs from my diet. So at the moment, I'm eating a lot of chicken. So yeah, that's pretty much all I'm eating at the moment is chicken and vegetables, which is
Well,
depressing.
I tell you what. Fuck the diet. Fuck all that.
Yeah.
I'm saying if you was to have a
If
plate today,
if I was to have whatever I wanted, fuck man, I love pizza. I love ham and mushroom pizza. I mean, that's no reason why I'd love to come to America.
what's
You
your
guys,
topping?
ham and mushroom. Got to be ham and mushroom.
Ooh, my guy. My guy.
Yeah. Shit. I would never understand these freaks that like pineapple on pizza. Mental.
I
Absolutely
used to confession. I used to be that freak. I used to be the freak with the pineapple on pizza.
Sweet doesn't belong on savory.
I don't like it. No, it's okay. I don't like it as much as I used to. I used to be the guy who was like, oh, pineapple pizza, so great. But lately, like the wife will go out and she'll order pizza.
Yeah.
And she won't ask. She'll just get like, because it used to be the go-to for me was just pizza. And lately she's been buying, like when she buys it, like she notices I maybe take one bite and I move pineapple off it. She goes, what's wrong? I'm doing it subconsciously, but I think I don't like pineapple.
It is weird, man. It doesn't taste. It doesn't.
It's. I got to that point now where it's a weird texture. It's just weird taste. I don't know how I got there. Like after so many years of going, this is great. Now I'm sitting going, this is not great. Did I eat this shit for years? I don't hate those who like pineapple on pizza. It's just, for me, it got weird.
Yeah,
it got really weird. I don't know why. My go-to now is chicken barbecue bacon.
Nice. I'll tell you what, man.
Might have said that wrong, but
I'm a massive fucking carnivore. You'll never turn me vegan or vegetarian. I love meat too much.
Oof.
Oh, love it. Absolutely love it.
Bacon. How can you not eat bacon?
Burgers, delicious.
Steak, burgers. Oh my god.
I don't know how vegans do it.
I say this: if the more vegans, the more meat for us. That's how I look at it.
Save a cow.
The more there's vegans, the more there's food for us. So to each their own, man. If you guys are eating plant-based foods, I had Yobi on last week.
The
last 2 weeks, and he's vegan. And he was talking to me on the last episode about the vegan stuff and the process of it and everything. He actually sold me on one plate up that he was talking about. And I said, if I ever was to visit Miami, I'm probably gonna look you up and say, hey, I want to try that dish you was talking about, because to me, plant-based stuff is just it's just what's that thing? The white block.
Tofu.
Stop! Oh Lord!
I like tofu as long as it's like mixed with something, not because it absorbs all the flavor it's in, doesn't it?
It does. It does. But I don't like when people start reinventing a burger with tofu. If you want a burger, eat a burger, but you're reinventing, like you're making a burger out of tofu. Like,
I would never be able to get my mind around like meat flavored vegan stuff. Why?
Yeah. Like you don't want it, but you're looking for substitutes of it.
Yeah, and my missus is a vegetarian. She used to be a meat eater until like 10 years ago. And my God, like she will not put meat anywhere near her now. Like if we eat out, I have to make sure everything on that plate is vegan. It's got to be vegetarian. I don't know how she does it. After eating bacon for like most of my life, I don't understand how you could just say no, I'm not eating bacon anymore. Absolutely phenomenal.
It's a complete lifestyle change to do
that. Yeah.
It's not something you just wake up one day and go, I don't want to eat meat no more. It's literally a lifestyle change, and then after a while, I guess it's like anything else of habit.
I mean, fair play, and then that kind of willpower. You know what I mean?
It has its benefits to be a vegan, a vegetarian. It has benefits. I also understand that our bodies are meant to different kinds of proteins and vitamins. Yes, you can get from plant-based stuff, but there's certain vitamins you need from a piece of meat that your body and as long as you're eating it in moderation, you should be fine. But some people just go to the extreme and say, no, I don't want it at all.
That is the problem. As long as you eat it in moderation.
Yeah, the hardest thing you can do as a human is moderation.
Yeah,
absolutely. Consuming in moderation. The moment that word gets used, we're like, nope, I want more of it.
I'll tell you what, man. 5 years ago, I was 28 stone. I don't know what that is, and I think that's like 380 pounds. I was a big fucking dude. And then I got diagnosed with diabetes, and then I lost 5 stone. And like looking back at what I was eating at the time I got diagnosed, I was literally smashing giant fucking bars of chocolate on a daily basis.
Hmm.
Like I would get one from the shop, get it home, and I would just smash it. And that's not including like all the other shit I would eat during the day, hot dogs and fucking cereal religiously. It does. It's easy to see why I became diabetic because I was
Yeah.
literally taking piss.
Looking back, you're like, oh shit, okay, that didn't help.
Yeah, I had it coming. So I need to like looking at it now. I need to realize that I had my glory days. I was able to eat the shit I wanted. I can't now because I indulged too much when I was younger, and that's the hard thing. Like moderation is you got to have moderation in everything you fucking put in your body. You know what I mean?
I think at my age right now and my body type, it's my body's forcing me to eat in moderation now. Like
Yeah,
I no longer like when my wife feeds me, she's used to feeding me a plate, but lately, again, like last few months, she's noticed I take bites here and there, and I'm done. And she goes, "What's she starts subconsciously going, "Did I do something
yeah,
wrong? Did I cook it?" And I'm going, "No, babe, it's okay. It's just that I'm no longer in that mindset where I need to eat.
weird,
Like,
isn't it?
my
Like you just
body's telling me I don't need to eat the whole plate."
yeah
It's weird, but I used to
for
be the
the
kind of guy where it's like I see a plate, I gotta eat the plate because I don't believe in food waste.
yes,
You know,
absolutely.
that's how I convinced myself I had to eat the plate. Food
Yeah,
waste. Oh, that's terrible. I don't want to throw it away. I gotta eat it. You know.
yeah, yeah,
But lately I just don't like. I eat what I can. If I feel full, I literally stop. Not that I'm saying okay, I'm full. Stop. I
yeah.
stop eating. Like literally, I won't eat it no more. And
A
I look
lot of
back
it is
and shit. I
mental. A lot
left
of
the whole plate of food
it,
there.
well, a lot of it is mental. There's been especially like this past week where I'm having to try and fucking cut down the shit I'm eating. There was a point I never felt full ever. I just never felt full. I could sit there and I could eat and I could eat and I could
Yep.
eat, never feel full. But like trying to cut back on shit this past week, last 2 weeks really, I've noticed now that my body's starting to say, you know what, you don't need that. You don't have to eat that. It's fine. Just put it in the fridge or
Your body's talking to you. Yeah.
yeah. You disconnect the body to stomach, head to stomach, and you need to try and refine that again. And that's a weird like
It's hard when for years what we've been doing is just eating, 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 and then all of a sudden we feel like we don't need to eat as much. It's a weird feeling.
yeah,
I know I'm going through that right now. It's a weird feeling. My main issue is junk food.
yeah, yeah,
I know people gonna look at me and go, really junk food? Like, wow, who would have thought? Yeah, my thing is junk food. Like,
that's the problem. Easy.
I love my Wawa subs. Wawa's funny enough. Wawa's a gas station that used to be existing only on the interstate
Got you.
and they had like gasoline junk food, like the gas stop junk food. But they have turned into like a full-fledged, like really good gas station with
Nice.
gourmet food. Like you can sit down and order a gourmet burger,
Mm.
fries, all that stuff, right? So they got some really good subs.
Yeah.
And that I can eat that all day long. That and then sometimes Taco Bell, like the shittiest food you could think of. I
Taco
need to.
Bell.
That's what I need to cut. That's the hard part for me to cut. Because here's the thing: in America, it's so it's an inconvenience to have to do things all day long and then go. Now I gotta cook.
Yeah, yeah. I know what you mean.
Now I gotta cook. Like it's like one of those things. Like, oh my god, now I gotta cook.
It's short,
Whether it
doesn't
be
it?
me, the wife, now I gotta cook. After whatever we did for the whole day, and then it's not just us. We have our kids living with us. So it's like us and like we have to cook for a family. So that and then it's as easy as going. You know what? Let's just order something outside.
Yeah, yeah.
And then to make it even easier, because it used to be the decision used to be like this: let's get something from outside. Oh, but do we really want to get in the car and drive out there and pick up the food? Do you want to eat there? Do you want to bring it home? No, they made that choice easier because now you got Uber and you
Yeah,
got
yeah.
Lyft and DoorDash. So it's like it's as easy as going, oh, let's get DoorDash to deliver it to us. But then now we go, but DoorDash charges us. We could just save money by going ourselves. But here's like a place like Wawa going, oh, DoorDash on us, just get our food.
Yeah.
Fuck me, like you stop, like you're not helping.
You're up to fair, aren't they? That's the thing. I love Domino's pizza here in the UK. I don't know if you guys get that over there, but because I live in the arse end of nowhere and it's so quiet, if I put an order in, 15 minutes later it's at my door. So like I don't I don't have to worry about cooking. I can just get pizza. But then that pizza is fucking. But then this is the trick, right? They give you so many fucking coupons that you don't have to just get a pizza for 25 quid. You can now get chicken sides, another
Yeah.
chicken sides,
Yeah.
a drink and a pizza for 25 quid because you've got this awesome coupon. So the next thing you know, you're fucking binging pizza, chicken wings, chicken kickers, and half an hour later you're fat. But
Well, that's been the biggest issue here in America, where the fast food has become so convenient,
yeah,
and they do such a great job of marketing how fast and easy it is to do that. Like you just mentioned, 15 minutes for them to deliver the food that you ordered versus me
crazy.
having to getting ready to get in the car, ordering it going there, ordering it, picking up, bringing it back. That's about 30 minutes to 45 minutes. Easy.
Yeah,
What versus 15 minutes? Okay, let me do that. So that's part of the problem. That's part of the
yeah.
issue of in this
I don't
country.
have to cook
Obesity
it.
is
I
an
don't have
issue.
to fucking do any plates because it comes in boxes. It's there, and I can just enjoy it. But I'll tell you what, it's been hard.
I didn't even think of that. Silverware. You just throw it away.
Yeah,
Once you're done, throw it away.
exactly. It's just so easy. But yeah,
Or
I
if you're
will.
like me, you wash it and then you use it for another day. That's what I do. I mean, I'm a broke dude, so hey, gotta save where I can.
Yeah. But no, I will come to America and I'm going to try your food because some of it just looks.
Have you been out here?
No, never. I've always wanted to. Right, you're going to think I'm fucking one of those crazy Brits when I tell you this. I've always wanted to come to America, right? Because there's like certain places I want to go, like New York and fucking LA. Everybody wants to do those. But then I think, you know what, Redders, you're British. If you go there, you're probably going to get fucking shot. So I don't come over. It's like this massive mental block where if I come to America, because I'm British, I'm going to get shot. So I haven't come yet.
I mean, there's a likelihood of that because we in America we love our guns. So all we think about is guns, and more guns. So there's a likely chance that might happen. But look, I live in America. I live in Florida, and I feel the same way. Even if I live here, it's one of those things. It's like it is. I have parents who live in New York. I'm from New York, so
nice.
My parents and my siblings still live up there. Well, one of my siblings, two of my siblings, three of my siblings.
I've always wanted to go to Amityville. I don't know why. I want to
go. I'm always asked, hey, when are you gonna come up here and visit us? I went there 2 years ago, I believe it was 3 years ago, a year ago. I don't remember. COVID going on, I don't even know. But it was like recently I went up there with the family, and it reminded me how much I don't want to be up there. Like, literally, I'm sitting up in the living room trying to watch TV with the family.
Yeah.
And I'm not making this up. Gunshots, trains running by, people shouting at each other, fist fights are breaking out, somebody yelling at the other guy, you took my fucking parking. And I'm going, holy shit, I don't want to live
like you guys are wired so tight. It's scary. But like it's not even just America. I mean, I went up to London a few years ago. I mean, I've never been to London before. It was my first time in London. And it was shortly after, I don't know if you heard about it over there, but the London terrorist attacks where like all those people got stabbed. And then there was another one where some dude drove a fucking car over a bridge and plowed in.
I saw that one. Yeah.
Fucking weird times, man. What's weird about it is these terrorist attacks always seem to happen when there's some sort of government, like whether it's like a fucking, I can't remember what it's called. Jesus.
Like when there's something going on with decision making, law making kind of thing. Yeah.
Then these fucking attacks always happen. But I remember going up shortly after those, and like London is beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful. The architecture is fantastic. It's just a beautiful fucking place. But all the time I was there, I had this horrible feeling like any second now, something serious could fucking happen. It feels like you're on edge the whole time you're there. Like you can't relax. And yeah, it's not a nice feeling. I didn't like it. So I haven't been back. I will go back eventually, but it's
a scary feeling because you're going there to sightsee and to enjoy everything that it offers, that city offers.
Yeah.
But in the back of your mind, you're cringed and your
this is it.
shoulders are tense.
I got off the tube. Actually, no, I got off a train at Westminster, which is like right down, literally like on the fucking road where that attack happened. So it's always in your head, people died like there. Like you can't settle, you can't relax. It's just a horrible feeling.
Yeah. I felt like that when I left New York back because the 9/11 attack.
Yeah.
Just leaving New York because of that. Not because of that, but that was one of the things that factored into me leaving.
This is gonna sound I hope this doesn't sound awful. I don't mean to offend him. One of the reasons why I want to go to New York so badly is because I want to go to Ground Zero. I really want to go to Ground Zero
Oh,
because
you should. If
yeah,
you ever visit New York, that's definitely a stop you want to do.
the only reason why I want to go there is because I want to be in that energy. You know what I mean? Because like everybody knows what happens there. I mean, what I always found really bizarre about 9/11 was I could tell you exactly what I was doing, where I was when I found out what was going on, and it's been something that I've closely read, closely followed up. And I've spent hours and hours and hours like going through what happened, what happened, what happened.
Yeah.
Just want to be there, just so I can be in that energy and just really appreciate like everything that happened. You know what I mean? I want to see those fountains. I want to read those names. I want to, pay that respect. I know it sounds really fucking morbid and really, really.
No, that's human, man. That's
Just always stay with me. Like I was in English. I was in my English class, and 2001. I would have been shit like 12, I think 12, 13. And it was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then my history teacher wheeled the TV into the room, which is bizarre. Like that never happened. And then she turned the TV on, and she turned the TV on right as the second plane hit. And I don't know why that stuck with me. It stuck with me all these years. I remember what I was wearing. Like it was the weirdest thing. And then I remember because I used to go to like a boarding school, and we finished school. I got back to my dorm, turned the TV on, and I sat there all night watching the aftermath. And I couldn't turn it off. I couldn't get my mind around the fact that all these stuff.
I think it's an event that for most people around the world, they when it went down, it's an event where most people know exactly what they were doing at that time,
Yeah,
what they were wearing, because it was just something so surreal about that moment. Think
yeah.
about it, because pre this, nothing like that existed in this country, like
So you were in New York.
anywhere. A plane fucking hitting a world known building, right? Not one but two. You
Yeah,
know, the for me it's personal because obviously I lived in New York, but not
yeah.
just because of that, but because at the time my brother was working in towers
Oh shit.
at a restaurant called Windows of the World, which is a top floor.
Right at the top. Yeah,
Right. It's like it literally Windows of the World promoted you have a good view of the city while you eat
yeah, yeah.
all up on the top floor when this was going down. Second building, not the first.
Hmm.
Second building got hit. But my brother's hearing impaired and he was working that morning. And
Oh
me, my mother, we were all freaking out. I was in Florida. And
shit.
I got the phone. I remember me and my wife was sleeping. I got the phone just rang and rang and rang and rang. And then my wife finally picked up going, hello. And then she goes, here's your mom. And it's like, what, six something? I forgot what time it was, like six something or five something in the morning in America.
Yeah.
Or when I forgot, I can't remember the exact time, but I know it was really early.
Mm.
And I remember her telling me turn on the TV.
Yeah.
I said, what do you mean turn on the TV? It's fucking the sun ain't even up. What are you doing? I gotta go to work today. What are you calling me about TV for? She goes, turn on the TV. I said, what channel you want me to turn on? She goes, any channel. At that point, I'm going any channel. So I turned on the TV. Literally, whatever. I think the last thing I was watching was like Nickelodeon or something,
Yeah.
like at night. And I turned it on, and I was expecting cartoon or something on there,
Yeah.
and it was not that. It was breaking news with a building flaming, first building flaming, and I'm going, what am I watching?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
disoriented. I'm thinking, this a movie? Is this a trailer? What am I watching? That my mom's waking me up for this thing. And I'm going, this is nonsense. I'm thinking Die Hard with Avengers. I'm thinking dumb shit like that.
Yeah.
She goes, that's real. A plane just hit the Trade Center. I'm going, what the fuck was it? I'm thinking accident. She goes, no, they're calling it a terrorist attack. I said, on New York? Why? It made no sense. And then as I'm talking, my mother goes, your brother went to work this morning. He's in that second tower. I just don't know if he's there now. I'm trying to reach him on his phone, texting him. He won't text back. I'm like, well, mom, are you sure he went to work that day? She said, yes, he went to work. I said, holy fuck. Try texting him. He's probably stuck in the second building, and they're
Yeah.
panicking right now. Or they're just being crazy confused. And he's hearing impaired.
Shit.
He doesn't know what's going on. I know if something like that was wild around him, as a hearing impaired person, not hearing nothing, what do you think?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you see people running and stuff. So as we're talking, here's that second plane. Boom. Me and my mom went mute. No pun intended. We went mute for silence for what felt like eternity, man.
Mm.
And then I finally heard my mother go, oh my God, your brother.
Yeah.
And it's like
He made
we
it
didn't
out, didn't
hear
he?
from him. We didn't hear from him till hours later. It
Oh,
was almost. It was the sun was already down.
shit.
Hours later, and we're freaking out. I'm in Florida. My mom's in New York. I'm looking to see how I can get to New York. Obviously,
Yeah.
we can't. Everything's shut down. The gridlock probably would have been crazy driving up there. So I'm going, oh my God, what do we do? And as I'm talking to my mom, she goes, somebody's at the door. Hold on. I said, Mom, be careful. It's
Yeah.
late. She gets my father to join her at the door. When they open, it's my brother. And she tells me, it's your brother. He's covered in soot.
Oh, man.
And this man,
I don't know how to cope with that. Jesus Christ.
he walked from the ground zero. He walked from there to the Bronx. On car, it's an easy an hour drive.
Blimey.
Walked, and he didn't know. He just kept walking until he got to where he knew. But
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was by my mom's description, and then later told by my brother, disorientated, didn't know what was going on. He told the story as if people were trying to grab him and hit him, and he thought it was just people being. It was the morning rush for breakfast, and people just weren't being frantic with the rush. We got people. We need to, get faster, and that's what he thought. But then he said somebody physically grabbed him, moved him to the staircase to go down the stairs. He said that as they were going down, fire department was going up.
Yeah.
And then they finally got the building. He said like a few blocks after he got out, he noticed the building was on flame. But then he said he kept running. He looked
Shit.
back, the building was not there no more. All he saw was smoke coming out of it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's when he got
It was
covered
the
in
same
soot.
here. Like it dominated the TV stations over here. Like it's just one of those things, man. Like it's unheard of, and it was such a massive loss.
It's surreal, man. It's just it's one of those. It's I don't know. It felt fake.
Yeah.
It felt like it was a movie or something, and then it got real when my brother was involved. And then I found out later on I lost friends. I used to work at the Trade Center as a security guard back in the days, and the way the home base, what they call it, home base was, it was in the basement. But here's the kicker: the basement never had elevator to go. I mean, stairs to go down. There was always elevator.
Right.
There was no way of leaving it or getting into it without an elevator.
Yeah, yeah.
I lost so many friends down there because the elevator got shut down. There was no way to get out.
Oh,
Literally got crushed by all that.
Yeah, yeah.
I've lost good friends in that, man. Brothers in arms, brothers in tennis. My brother, who's to this day won't get on a plane. He will not get on a plane. Just won't.
That was such a shit day, man. Absolute shit day. But that's why
a lot of us.
Yeah, that's why I want to come to New York, because I don't think you can really appreciate it until you've seen it. Do you know what I mean? I want to stand there and just be a part of that energy. And
they've done a good job of the memorial site. I visited, and it's a beautiful. It's a beautiful and I know this is gonna sound cheesy, maybe corny, but the energy when you get there, when you are in front of that monument with the water flowing in, there's such an energy.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I want to.
It just takes you over for some reason. Like, whoa!
Because the fountains are right in the footprints of the buildings, aren't they? Yeah,
correct.
I want to see them for myself.
I hope one day you're able to visit New York, and if you do, please go to the monuments and just. You will catch that energy.
That
you're looking for. It was a dark time. So
I think that's what I've watched and read documentaries and fucking read articles and seen videos. I've seen so much now. I just it's not enough. I need to be there to appreciate it. I need to see it for myself.
Right. Just when you see it on TV, it's not the same.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I will get to America one day for sure. It's gonna happen. I just don't know.
Man, if you ever find yourself in even I don't know if you ever plan on if you ever find yourself in Florida, I'm in Central Florida. So if you ever find yourself here, you have a drinking partner, man. I'll be more than glad to knock a few. Even though we don't socially drink, we've already said that, but to knock a few back would be an awesome thing. Sure. Listen, you've been awesome. Obviously this doesn't end here. We keep talking. We do our thing. Hopefully one day, I know you asked already, but I can go on the show and
I'd love to get you again.
I haven't been on in a minute. It's been a while, but I coming into this pod world. You guys over there were the first ones to welcome me into the whole pod world like that, saying hey, come on our show and introducing me to that kind of life. Among others,
really weird. I remember kindness and stuff, and I remember I came onto the podcast, and because I've been doing this for fucking 7-8 months, and I came onto the scene, and I remember the people that were kind to me. Do you know what I mean? Like the people that says like, yeah, come on our show, or like even like you chatting to me on Twitter and stuff, and like liking my posts. I'm like, he's one to watch. I remember that, kindness, you know what I mean? And that's how it's been with me. It's like, especially with my boy Animated Evil. Fuck me, that dude's a legend. If it wasn't for Animated Evil, I wouldn't be on XBL Party Podcast. Because I mean, back in the day, fuck, I was going by the name Sins, V2 Sins, and I realized, fuck me, there's so many sins. So I had a chat with Animated whilst we were playing on Xbox. He's like, just do what you want to do. Do it like, and yeah, he was supposed to guest appearance on XBL and he couldn't make it, and he put me in as a ringer, and I never left. I've been there since. I love those guys.
No, it's one of those things where I even reached out to Jen and I'm like, hey, you gotta keep him. He's the missing link you guys needed over there.
I appreciate it,
because the way you keep those guys on those boys on the toes, especially Jen, the banter.
Yeah, I love Jen.
It's so natural and organic, and I love seeing stuff like that. And you keep it going, man. You keep the energy going on that show.
That's what I think. That's what I love about them, because I came in because here's the deal, right? I'm quite outspoken. I haven't got time for bullshit. I'll call bullshit out if I see it. You know, I love gaming. I don't like the bullshit that comes with gaming. Like, and you'll see that a lot in my tweets and stuff. Yeah. But I came into XBL and I was like, my first session or two there, I was like, fuck, these guys are like my mates already. Like, we just had that like chemistry. I was able to relax,
yeah,
for them. So I can't praise them enough. And I think we've got some big things coming over the next few months. We've got a lot of like special guests coming on and stuff, which is great.
I see you guys got. I think Sanity's coming on there, right?
Yeah, we've got Removable Sanity in 2 weeks. We've got Animated this week coming. We've got Tushy coming on.
Tushy, yeah.
In April.
You guys are getting big over there, man. You guys are getting big.
To get those guests.
It's always fun to watch growth, man. I love it. I love seeing that. It's like, oh my god, the growth is amazing.
Yeah, and we've got Cerebral Paul coming on as well. I believe the 29th of March. But yeah, I'll tell you what, man. Fucking, I love that show. I love this. I love just talking to people. I love shooting the shit, having a laugh. Don't take it too seriously. I don't take gaming seriously. I'm here for fun. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Oh, definitely. Hey, I just might make a series out of this and just have everybody from XBL come on and just do a Creative Corner with me, so I can get you guys out there recognized. You guys do good work, man.
You go on Twitter and fuck me, there's so many people taking it too seriously, like getting like overly offensive. No need for it. Messaging people abuse.
There's no need. There's no need at the end. This is just. Did you see the doctor shit? I mean, I don't want to get into all that, but the doctor shit, I'm going.
Stop,
dude.
Surgery.
This is not right. Like, it's just. You know the difference between play, like time to play and time not to play. Like, that's not like, it's just. There's nothing right about that. I don't care what you think about it. There's nothing right about my information being shared out there. Like, there's nothing right about that. I don't. It's crazy, but we're not gonna get into that. That's probably we could probably do a whole conversation on that.
An operation midway through to discuss PlayStation Now. Who the fuck does that?
A weirdo. Fucking a weirdo. Oh, imagine you're going to a doctor and then you're about to get operated on, and this motherfucker has a camera recording me on a gurney, pass the fuck out, and then showing my information, and then for a console war. So listen, there's a special place for people like that.
In hell.
And it's one of those things like you got to know the line. You've got to know the line. And then he comes back and doubles down on it.
Yeah.
Oh, it was okay. The doctor, the patient. It's not okay. It's just
my surgery took 4 hours instead of 3 because you wanted to talk about fucking cost.
Yo, as a blood clot is passing through me, you're worried about fucking recording this for Twitter. Jesus Christ! Look, listen, we're gonna leave it at that note. That's gonna be crazy. But I look forward to talking to you over socials. This has to happen again.
Oh, we'll make it happen for sure.
Sit down and do this. I love this. It's therapeutic.
Absolutely.
I get to know the people that I'm interacting on Twitter with.
It's very cathartic, isn't it?
Yeah, like this is really good. So,
I don't think I've spoken to you face to face. I mean, we spoke on Party Chat once, but it's natural. I could just join. I can have a chat with you. It's
Oh yes, we did the Party Chat thing. Yeah, about I think E3 or something like that.
Yeah. Actually, it was just after E3.
See how that? It's just like you guys popped in and we had a natural conversation, and that it was just it. We just had a conversation because we clicked.
Yeah.
But no, man. Let's let's call it. Let's call it. Let's call it right there. Let's call it a wrap.
Yeah, no worries.
I
I really
definitely
do
enjoy.
appreciate you having me on, man. It's been a lot of fun, and I love your content. So
Go
just to
ahead
be
and plug your shit. Forget about
right.
me. This ain't about me. It's about you, bro.
I am on the Xbox Live Party Podcast UK every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. You can catch me on Twitter at Redders TV. You can catch me on YouTube at Redders TV and Twitch at Redders TV. Yeah, follow me. I'll follow you back. Let's chat. Let's have a good conversation. That's what it's all about. You know what I mean? Just but yeah, if you find if you get overly offended, then probably don't follow me. I am quite abrupt and yeah,
You definitely say it like it is, man. Say it like it is, and that's something I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
But I will have your stuff in the description as well, so people can follow you.
Awesome. Yeah,
All your socials and the XBL Party Podcast. Say hi to those guys for me, please.
I will. I will.
I'm trying to catch you guys live on a Tuesday, but it's impossible because I do things on Tuesday. But
yeah.
I always catch the replay. I don't miss on that.
That's cool, man.
You guys over at USA as well. So I wish you guys all the best with your show. You're growing, you're thriving, and that's a beautiful thing. Keep it up. And I say this a lot, man. At the end of every show. But if you guys are just tuning in, catch the replay. But until the next one, hey man, happy fucking gaming, guys.
Have a good one.